Well, here is one of the most unusual motorcycles I have ever seen. This is Jim Dillard. He's the owner, and Jim De La Rosa, correct? You're the restorer. You did a beautiful job. I have to admit, I thought I knew all the bikes. I don't know this motorcycle. Is it an Opel?
It's an Opel, yes sir,
So,
like the car.
As in Opel with the rocket scientist and Opel with the automobile.
Yes, absolutely.
So he built motorcycles as well.
Built motorcycles before going into cars.
Okay, and it's the Opel what model?
Motoclub.
Motoclub.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And what am I looking at here? Single cylinder.
500cc.
Okay, twin port, is that what it is?
Twin exhaust.
And it has red tires. What's going on there?
Well, it was shown at the Frankfurt show, and they made 28, 29, and 30, and it was shown at the Frankfurt show with the red tires. You know, the old gum tires were white, so they were dyed. This is actually the last set that was available. The German press nicknamed it the Silver Redbird. The frame was actually licensed from Neander, but Opel put their own engine in.
3-speed or 4-speed?
3-speed.
3-speed transmission, okay. Hand clutch. Interesting handlebars.
Sort of board track-ish.
Yeah, it is very board track-ish, isn't it? Yeah.
Advances on the left twist grip.
Right.
Decompress. Obviously, high beam, low beam, cable operated through the headlight. Leaf springs in the front pockets behind the cloisonné badges.
Yeah.
Leaf springs there, and then leaf springs under the seat.
Okay, yeah.
So you see the valve stem sits here, so air bladder seat.
Well, and it was Dr. Opel, wasn't it?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, his grandson, Fritz von Opel, was the rocket experimenter, and there are pictures of one of these with 6 rockets on the back. So it wasn't one of the rack, you know, rack 1, 2, and 3, but...
and something very rare in the period, a gas gauge on a motorcycle.
That is correct.
I mean, you didn't see that. And this muffler system is interesting. Explain that.
Well, they're hollow. There's actually holes drilled here. Comes out here, and there's slots under the cover. So exhaust comes out both of these areas here. And there's a rod that goes to a strap welded at the end of the exhaust.
So like lake pipes, you could uncap it if you were going to run on the on the Autobahn or on the open
and they
road.
would be straight through.
Right, and look, it has dual tool kits right here. Boy, what a fascinating piece of history this is. I don't know. I might have known about this at one time, but I certainly don't know about it now.
And actually, GM owned Opel, had controlling interest in Opel in the late 20s and early 30s, and they actually shut down the motorcycle plant because of the Depression. They were losing money on these.
And this is your oil tank here, correct?
Correct.
Very nice. And 500 cc's, you said?
500 cc.
Okay.
I've been only able to document 12 other ones. I'm sure there's more.
Wow.
There were only 1,500 made. And
I imagine
those are in German museums.
And I imagine it was not an inexpensive motorcycle.
No. They made 2 versions. There was a flathead Model T version. This is the Super Sport overhead valve.
Wow. Very impressive. Very impressive. And also those Pilgrim pumps, you adjust how many drops of oil.
Right, here's your adjustment here. And so it flows it up into the cavity.
Right.
And then in the cavity there's a small oil line that goes into the crank. But the cam cover here, it actually uses the cam to put a suction on the crankcase, and there's little bathtubs inside, little walls, and so it fills with oil that way.
Gotcha. Well, just a fascinating piece of history. Does it start or no?
Yes.
Oh, can we hear it run? We'd love to hear it run.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
She's trying.
Barely had to kick it.
It's only running on 1. Yeah.